بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Let's talk about the first person plural. We have talked about the singular. We've talked about the dual. Now it's time to do the plural. So if you have three or more, then you say نحن مسلمون نحن مسلمون نحن مسلمون. نحن, as we learned in the previous lesson, means we. It's a pronoun. And muslimuna is plural. Three or more, masculine. You can also use the word muslimuna for a mixed crowd that has three or more Muslims, some female, some male. For a group that only contains females, you say nahnu muslimatun, nahnu muslimatun, nahnu muslimatun. The word muslimatun is reserved exclusively for the females, therefore it cannot be shared. Whereas the word muslimuna is for, in general, men or boys. But if it's a mixed crowd, then this word is shared between the females and males, as long as there are three or more. The reason why we use this word for the mixed crowd, when you have both male and female, and not this word, muslimat, is because the word muslimat is reserved exclusively for the feminine gender or females. It cannot be shared. Whereas the word for the males can be shared. So I kind of, to bring home the point, I bring up this example where, you know, a man's wealth, the money a man makes, is not just for him. He has to support his wife and children. It's shared. Whereas if a wife makes money, or if a woman has money, she's not required to spend that money on the family. It's her money only. It's not shared. So kind of an interesting connection between language and Sharia, the fiqh. The next word for us is nahnu muslimuna, nahnu mu'minuna. Mu'minuna is the plural of believers. Nahnu mu'minuna, nahnu mu'minuna. So you can see, to make the plural, you add waw noon to the end. So you add this una ending. Una ending implies that this is a plural. This is actually a specific type of plural, which we will talk about in chapter 6, inshallah. Nahnu mu'minatun, nahnu mu'minatun, nahnu mu'minatun. So the plural, as you can see, for the feminine is made by adding at, the alif ta. So by adding alif ta to a noun, you turn it into a plural. And again, plural is three or more. If you have three or more females, you use mu'minatun, where mu'minatun, of course, means believers. But if you have only two believers, you don't use this. You go back to the previous lesson, which is mu'minatani. And then finally, we have nahnu talibuna, nahnu talibuna, nahnu talibuna. That's for three or more students, male or a mixed crowd where you have at least three. For a crowd that only has females, you cannot use talibuna. You have to use talibatun. So you say nahnu talibatun, nahnu talibatun, nahnu talibatun. The at. Again, this form of the plural is reserved exclusively for the females, whereas this form is in general for the males, but if it's a mixed crowd, they have to share this form, so it's also used for a mixed crowd. The same is true for the dual. So let me go back and point this out. If I have a Muslim man and a Muslim woman, like a couple, husband and wife, and they want to say we are Muslims, they can say nahnu muslimani. They do not say nahnu muslimatani, because the dual feminine tani is reserved exclusively for the females. So muslimani is for two males in general, but if it's a mixed couple, male female, then this has to be shared with them as well. So you say muslimani. So continuing back to our lesson, that's pretty much it. Nahnu muslimuna, nahnu muslimat, nahnu mu'minuna, nahnu mu'minatun, nahnu talibuna, nahnu talibatun. First thing we see is an icebreaker. As usual, complete this table exactly as you see it up above. And then inshallah, in the next lesson, we will review everything, singular, dual, plural, all the different conjugations, inshallah. والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.